said the busy builder is now live, streaming miniatures.
Hello! So first things first, we have to modify a fender. And this piece has to go on since it mounts all the hydraulic hardware. Is this not focusing properly because of how close it is? Maybe. Move it back up. Is there something on the fucking lens? It'll focus there, that's for sure. Whatever. This has to go back on here. that sets up for a bit, we'll work on the other fender. Throw that chunk out. G57. Sorry, just responding to some messages real quick. This is the one thing I really dislike about Takom, though, is their insistence on these really large ejector pin nubs. I'll have to clear that up after it cures now. G52. Nope. 53 and 55.
The model student 20 said howdy doody.
It's howdy doody time. No, wait. How you doing? Got a bit earlier start today.
Student 20 said phase 2.
Yep. Still don't know how far we're gonna get, but we'll try and get as far as we can. I am making no mistake that this is not going to be a quick 3 or 4 day build. I mean, it could have been if I'd started, you know, working on it off stream last night, but I restrained myself.
At the model student 20 said that small scene looks good. Nice trees.
I built that years ago. It's looking a little rough for its age, but that's the overall look we're going to be going for on this one too. that 72nd scale. And it's the old Revell kit. Had to double check which one I had cut off. We're going to do some more slow but steady today. See if we can get to 4 hours again. Still waiting on my dioramas book to arrive. It was supposed to be here Saturday, but it's being shipped by DHL. You know, DHL don't have it till later. They're not exactly the best. So it might show up today. Because I don't think DHL runs on Sundays anyway, so that's why it didn't get delivered yesterday. Even though I ordered it through Amazon.
At the model student 20 said I have to go pick up me helicopter soon.
You waiting for the plows and salters to do their thing first? Sounds like you had a pretty good weather event up there yesterday. Okay. Actually, let me get the supports on this one.
RS_studio said boo.
Boo-hoo! Why are you crying? Ugh. How goes it?
At the model student 20 said it missed us, we didn't get much in the end.
Aw. That's kind of how things are going here. We're supposed to have like 5 days of straight rain. It rained Saturday morning, and we ain't seen shit since then. Maybe a drizzle, but that's it. It'd be nice if we got some snow, but we're supposed to have a wet British Christmas this year. All the little nubs I've cut off. I had a good handful of them yesterday when I cleaned up. G56. Oh, that piece I thought fell on the floor yesterday had actually been sitting on the desk.
Indian Christmas Carol shorts? They're hilarious.
I have, but I'd rather not talk about that since that could turn incredibly political really quick given the state of affairs in this part of the world right now. So did you find any other issues last night, Aries, besides just the missing shims on the door?
At the model, student 20 said, "Oh good, glad y'all found it."
Yeah, it was sitting right next to the cutters. I thought it fell on the floor.
At the model, student 20 said, "Politics has no place here."
Nope. Excuse me, again. Oh my god.
At the model, student 20 said, "Now gossip and innuendo."
Yeah, gossip and innuendo we can do all
Model
fine.
student 20 said, "Grinning face with sweat emoji."
Simply because, you know, given the kind of big brother shit going on in other countries, if there was somebody from, say, England in here right now and I said Britain can go fuck itself, and Big Brother just happened to be watching, you know, their uptake or whatever, I could get them in trouble. So we're not going there. Because I wouldn't want to get them in trouble. But yeah, we can gossip and innuendo all we like.
At George Davis 7629 said, "Damn, that was hot." At the model, student 20 said, "FGB."
You know what I'm talking about though, George. I just wouldn't want the police showing up. Sorry, we've seen you've been watching a video where the person commentating had said some disparaging things about the British government. You know, no. And I didn't even know you were in here, George. So there's your get out of a harsh talking to free card. I didn't know you were here. Keep bumping that little support. God, even the fenders are spindly and part filled. Okay. So we're going to be making the air filter boxes next. So G42. State.
At the model student 20 said I'm scratch building panel boxes, conduit and outlets for my factory interior today. Poor George scooped up by the local constabulary, grinning face with sweat emoji.
Oh God, I hope not. 37. Kind of trying to place all these where they need to be. A8. Still need the A and the G sprue for a little while. Let's get all these main parts together first. Are you printing any of your panel boxes out, or are you just scratch building out of styrene? I hope George understands I didn't mean that literally. I was using it as an example.
20 said scratch.
He's been very quiet ever since. Sorry. I'm sure he's just clipping it to use as evidence in case my son decides to be a dual citizen.
Student 20 said I printed a milling machine drill press and hand truck.
Nice. I still have to print out the welding machine. It can wait.
At George Davis 7629 said sorry, then just heard Britain can F off LMAO.
I was using it as an example of something, not an actual.
7629 said be with y'all in a bit.
No worries. What are we making? Please don't say beans on toast. If he does, I'm gonna have to put a package together of some Bush's baked beans and get him on the way. I cannot allow him to eat those Heinz beans and tomato sauce.
Student 20 said Marmite and eggs law.
Ugh! I think you just hurt my stomach, dude. What the hell? A little bit of a warning. Stay on the intake. There we go. Like, literally, my stomach recoiled hearing that. Thank you very much.
At George Davis 7629 said Heinz is bad for beans LMAO. We have Branstons or something that have a bit more flavor.
More of a maple sugary flavor? Like richer? That might be the UK version of Bush's. At least we know the man's got good taste in beans. Still, we might have to put a care package together with some Bush's baked beans in them and send them over. A11, where are you? There they are. I wonder. You see this little hoop holding these parts together?
Said at least Marmite is better than Haggis marginally lol.
Not wrong. Definitely not wrong. Nope.
At the model student 20 said yes Bushes for George.
Probably be the most expensive cans of beans on the planet after shipping them to him. Or I could just order them on Amazon and have them dropped off.
At the model student 20 said George Bush. LMAO.
Read my lips. No Heinz beans. Come on, I can get McVitie's over here. He's got to be able to get bushes over there. I could go for some chocolate caramel McVitie's right now, too. Pencil. Scribble, scribble. Scribble, scribble. W4. Oh, excuse me. Got to admit, though, the Hungry Horse that used to be near my house over there, that had some really good mushrooms and gravy. And the sautéed mushrooms are oh. And I did more scouring for pictures last night. Just so I can add, like, the miles strips on this. Get all those details on. And it also seems like the Abrams engine, when being ready to be swapped out, isn't even palletized. It's got its own little brackets it sits on. So we might just have the engine in the air, like it's just being picked up to be loaded onto a truck or something. Let that dry. Go to build another one of these. Who is on my chair? Oh, it's Allie. Do you need a box, little one? Give me a second and I'll get you a box. Give me a second. Here. I'm gonna put you on the chair for a second. Okay? Wow, now she's just on the chair, happy as a clam. Okay. Ta-da! Little alley monster. But let me load up parts. So I still need the G sprue, the W sprue, and an A sprue. Because I think I've got all the parts I need off of this. No, I don't. Okay. So I need those. Still going to leave the box ready because I know that she is going to jump in it sooner or later. And it's just easier that way. See, part of being a responsible cat owner is being able to anticipate your cat's wants and needs. I know she's going to want that box, and I need her to stay off the desk. Excuse me again.
At the model student 20 said, much like being married, hell no.
No, that's more like having two roommates that annoy the shit out of each other all the time. But I mean, been married for going on 23 years now. I gotta be doing something right. What are you doing, girl? I feel a lot of moving around. She got up and left. She'll be back. She always is. Meanwhile, Frank's still conked out on the couch. So how's everybody else's Monday going? Everybody got your Christmas shopping done? Christmas Eve is in 2 days. Good luck if you haven't. So if anyone builds this kit, there's a little square part that goes on part of the air intake. You'll notice a half moon notch right here.
Today everyone is frantically shopping. Lol. At the model student 20 said I'm done.
On the inside of the part, there's this little round piece with a half moon on it. That's what needs to line up. The instructions don't really show it very well, so it would be easy to mistake which way it goes. Of course I didn't glue that on.
At the model student 20 said I'd probably put it on upside down at first.
They are definitely some of the nicer air intakes I've seen. They're basically the filter box. The same thing in 72nd scale. I had to scratch build most of the detail on the outside. Remove the pile o' nubs. I need the U sprue again.
At the model student 20 said small bits at 1/72nd.
Oh, I had to scratch build all of this in 72nd scale. Because, like the Academy kit, it didn't exist. U8, U16. U17. Excuse me again. Been full of yawns today. Okay, it helps if you remove all the nubs first. I missed this nub, eh? There we go. U34. 16.
At the model student 20 said Nubulus, lol.
And so many people still don't get that the other guy working at the brewery that was part of the Nut House is Gold Leader from Star Wars Episode 4. And I think his family even got royalty checks from Rogue One since they used his likeness. Because he passed away. I see how this is supposed to go. Because I want to mount this to the hull first. And then I'll put the hoses on. And I don't know if I'm doing it right. Ah. Because this mounts here and there. Okay. I also need U35. Where are you? There it is. this. Showing as mounting under here. Like that? I'm guessing. That's the only way it could fit. Speaking of nebulous, that's kind of what these instructions are. And this one. I know you said nebulous, eh? But I'm taking it the wrong way. So this one will go here, because you have hole, you have notch, then you have other notch. So yeah, those are all lining up, so I did that right. This hose, which is taller and larger, goes here and into there, right? That's what it looks like. Allie, come on. I got your box out. So that is the hydraulic assembly for the fender, which is sorely lacking in the Academy kit if you choose to buy that one. Which means you'd have to print, source a resin replacement from Verlinden, or scratch build. Now we're going to work on stowage boxes. Pencil. So this is done, that's done, that's done, that's done. 33 F1.
At the model student 20 said that is a nice bit of kit.
And so far, this is the only model that comes with it. Well, let me rephrase that. This is the only plastic kit that comes with it. I was on eBay sourcing out the A2 version last night if I decide to get one. Found a couple. Looks like the Dragon one is the better of the two. Between, well, there's the AFV Club one, but I couldn't find any for decent money. Academy's is okay, but reuses a lower hull that's very bad. And Dragon's is new tool from the ground up. And it looks like AFV Club is doing a new tool, Humvee Avenger. So I might be able to add a more current version to the prototype one that I've already got.
2020 said Dragon seemed good.
They've been hit or miss in some of the more recent years. They got lazy on the super heavy prototype that they did, T25, T95, whichever one you want to call it, and assumed wrongly that it used the same track as the HVSS on the Sherman, when it looks very similar, but it's actually narrower.
Said, I haven't built one yet, I have a couple in the stash.
So the whole model's too wide. Which is a real shame, since the actual unit was on display at the time they were tooling it up at the Patent Museum for basically free. They could have just sent someone over to take measurements. Meep! That went all the way to the floor. Great. Allie, did you go in your donut? Where'd she go? I want my alley girl. She might be unhappy because I'm using her box. And I need handles. Teeny, tiny, you sneeze, you lose them. Handles.
Student 20 said I had their big SAS Desert Raiding set in the Firefly, also a World War II German flak-bearing half-track with anti-aircraft.
Is it the Zwilling? If it's the Zwilling, then it's the same chassis as what I'm working on with the 251. Or are you talking the KFZ-10 half-track with the quad? Or the Drilling, not the Zwilling. The Zwilling was the HE-111 with the big wings. Like two put together. See, I've been out of the German side of shit so long I've forgotten things. I almost got the German quad half-track from Tamiya for nostalgia reasons. Because that's one of the ones I took to Atlanta back in '93 when I was a kid. Just a little one. Okay, this one goes here.
At the model, Student 20 said it's got a shit ton of letters and numbers, lol.
SDKFZ-10. Most M60s, these all come as one big unit.
BK said, hello busy, just left Genesis Designs painting ASU 57. Love the women, girls in the hobbies. Sometimes have another approach. Nice. But here now.
Yay! Welcome back. Hope you had a good night last night. Okay, I need... So we got that one done, got that one done. F2, G51, A33. I'm trying to get the fenders done so I can get those glued on. And then we can either skip over to the turret and finish that up, or work on the dozer blade. Kind of want to do the turret to let the fenders cure up. We'll see. I need G. Yeah. There we go. I'm blind as a bat. And dumb as a bag of hammers. The hell? Weird. Anyway.
The model student 20 said, oh yeah, I also have a Tiger 1 early with the SD. KFZ.7, 1 2 centimeters flap gearing, 38 ounce
Yep.
cell bar Lafette, so there. LMAO.
So it's the half track with the cab with the fold down mesh sides with the quad 38 flat cannon in the back. There's a quad 23, I forget which. Allie. Allie, up. Up. I got a box ready for you. Come on. Up. Up. There you go. She sees her box. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. But I was also looking up what I need to do a Leopard 1. I have to see if the sets I need are still available on eBay or through Model Bow.
The model student 20 said, dog walk before I head to Dundas back with a KA-29 before too long, should be back before or off. Hope to be, if not cheers till X-Mass.
Yeah, I'll still be on for a bit. We're kind of pacing ourselves today. I don't feel like I have to rush for anything on this right now, so... Not that I felt I had to rush for anything on it before. The only thing missing... And I might have to see if I have some extra somewhere. I think I've got some. Padlocks. There's a hole in each one of these handles to keep it from being opened that you put a padlock in. Line up the holes. There we go.
At the model student 20 said, cool. Maybe we'll do a German WW2 build in the new year. Back eine Jib.
Oh, if you thought that one character was picky about Humvee wheels, wait till you get to the German stuff. There we go. Build that one. Excuse me again. Oh my god. Alright, we've actually finished off our first sprue on this model. I don't need that because it's an extra part. They replaced that stowage bin on this fender with the system hydraulics. So, in the garbage it goes. Excuse me again. Actually, I think that's my cue that I need to take my stretch break. So after I get this installed, yeah, we're going to take a quick little stand up and move around break.
Model student 20 said I'm off.
Alright, drive safe. If you see a Takom M60 while you're there, pick it up. It's a really good kit so far. I need the other handles. Need a handful of kitty cat. Yeah, good girl. Hi.
Model student 20 said pause $196.
Oh.
My watch.
That's not the Hokum, is it? Or the Havoc, whichever one they're releasing right now. There's a new 35th scale attack helicopter kit from them. I'll have to look that up. I could have sworn you showed me the one that was the Navy one. But go, get out the door. Stop responding. Or you'll never get the kit.
At the model student 20 said Helix.
Okay, so it is the Navy one.
model student 20 said it was the only one at the distributor for Ontario. Same price on Amazon.
Huh. Okay, those are complete.
At the model student 20 said there he was. John, that kind of gif.
Okay, clean up all these nubs. And that's just from today's. I've already cleaned up the ones from yesterday. Pretty girl. Yum, 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 yum. Now, I think the next step is to actually fit these on the hull. Hey, yep. Excuse me again. Oh my god. I've really got to stop doing that, or everybody else will. But before I fit these, let's take our break, see if I can get rid of the yawns, and then we'll come back and tackle this. So, be back in a minute. Alright, we're back, and we got our other book. So, again, just like the other book, it goes from basics to extremes. It reiterates some things on the other book as far as the basic construction stuff. But one thing I'd like to go into is it also describes figure painting in a much more understandable context. And again, step by steps. Right? Shows how light works. And this is the book that taught me how to paint, to be honest. Your bases and highlights, and it's drawn, but it still conveys the same message. So, again, different things you can do. Making structures. It's even got some more things added to it than the original one that I had read. So I'm going to go through this and check things out a bit more thoroughly as well. So with that in hand, we have all the books we need for the Back to Basics. Carp. Come on. I knew that was going to happen because it was going too well. It's that damned hook right there. Come on, there we go. Lined up nice and well. Pretty straight and even too. Let's get that front piece settled first like before, then we'll fiddle with the back after a second. That was my mistake, as I tried messing with the back too soon. Should get the front and this part of the race here glued. Let it settle for a minute. And then just look at everything here and make sure it's beginning to line up. That one there, good, there, good, there, good. those are tacked. Pop some on here and on here. And this time a little gentle persuasion. That is a really nice looking lower hull on this. Alright, so next up we need G58, one of the sand shields. We need the U sprue again. And the P sprue. I need this one. U13. Excuse me again. So how is Alex today? If you're still there. And George, if you're still there as well, how are you? That. Okay, sand shield in place. Looks about right. I just don't remember him. Screw it. That's where it's resting naturally. I'm not going to fight it.
At Leo2A7DK said I am here. Good. Still awed by that M60. The breakup of parts are superness.
I can see why they did it, because they're trying to break some of the traditions that other companies have gone through, which really limited the parts, the fidelity of the detail. This way they're doing it's much, much different. This one will go here. So out of all the Leopard 1 kits out there right now, who makes the best one? Or should I look to see which parts are available to do a Danish one before I decide to buy one? I know PSM do a set, but I don't know how available it is, and I don't know which kit is best for it. So that goes there, and then up to here. Or is it this way? It's this way. Okay. Man, the mess this could cause if you threw a track. There. Like that. That's better. Come on, just get in there and stay in there, please. Looks like I'm gonna have to hold it for a minute or two. Hey, Black Lion's back. Welcome back. We are fighting with hydraulic lines on the M60 now. Hi, old man. Do you want the box? Huh? Come here. Come here, Arnie. Come here. Oh, yeah. Here you go. No, you can't get in front of the camera. He's going on 19 years old, so he's a bit off in the head. Okay. So, infantry phone P8. Seven. 14.
At Leo2A7BK said always liked the M60, but I absolutely love it more right now.
Well, this kit captures just the feeling of the sheet metal bolted to the cast hull more than any other kit in the past. Like, you really get a feel for what the core of it is compared to the rest of it. You doing okay, old man? Huh? He's rubbing his face on the camera. Sorry. What, Arnie? Hmm? Probably his last Christmas with us. Come on, over here. Over here. Come on. There you go. This, like that. Make sure this didn't pop back out. It did not. Okay. And it goes. Goes there. All right. Yeah, thanks again for helping me pick this one out, Alex. I like this kit. As daunting as it seems when you get the box, it really is a pretty nice, intuitive kit. Good boy, Arnie. Okay, now I need the W screw again. We're going to make the headlight guards and the G screw for the bilge tube.
At Leo2A7DK said I love watching it come together.
Okay, W. Okay. And G. I just hope Tamiya did their homework on the bore evacuator, and when I go to use the kit for that, it fits. And I could always cut ahead and put the Hoffman device together and put it on the barrel. This will go here. All right. If that goes there or up against... No, it goes there. G69. Oh, that's the hatch latch for when it's open. Okay. So this goes here. So when we open the hatch and slide it over, it notches into there. Or it should notch into there. Yeah. So now we're going to make the headlight brush guards. W45. 15. $49. This is going to take a second. It's that little guy right there. And 37. Repeat that for the other side with all the other parts, the different numbers. We're going to get the first one together first. Okay, so that goes like that. This is definitely going to be interesting. It's got the right cross-section, though. It is an L-shaped piece of metal. That goes there. Same for this. And then this notches onto here. Like that. And then this whole shebang goes goes right here. Then I can fine-tune the alignment once it's in place. There we go. Raised headlight guard. Got bumped and broke. Aw. Doesn't look like it bonded very well anyway. It's gonna bond well now. Now if I can just stop from destroying the other one with my hand. So yeah, if anyone else out there is building models and you have a cat that likes to kind of get up into your business, just put a box on the desk. 9 times out of 10, that's what you get. A nice comfy kitty who's nearby watching what you're doing. Alright, old man? Like the other day when Frank was being a menace, I didn't have a box for him. If I'd had a box that day, he would have been fine.
At Leo2A7BK said, "Ah, he loves it."
Yep, he curled right back up and laid back down. But he's also like one of those mega affectionate cats, so it might not always work for him. Like, if you're on the couch, he's one of those cats that has to always have a paw on you.
At Leo2A7DK said, airing we all some kind of cuddly creatures from time to time. Upside down face emoji, smiling face with open hands emoji.
Yeah, it depends on how we're feeling, but he's nearing end of life, so take that as you will. Oh. We might have to take another stretch break here momentarily. Get some water. But this has been one hell of a kit, though. And we're not even halfway done with it yet. I'm debating on how much of the dozer I get into. Okay. I'm gonna put the hooks on first. U11. So we're going to need the W and the U sprues more than others right now. That F-35 was being a bit loud. Louder than normal. Because once I get these brackets on while they're drying, we can build the hose assembly. Yep, they are notched. Good. Everybody else's Monday's off to a good start, though? Next stream days after today will be Sunday and Monday next week. And I'm also off New Year's Day. So, if I have the energy after work, might do something New Year's Eve into the morning. I'll have to see. It's been a while since I've stayed up that late, to be honest. Because I typically have to be up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm usually in bed and out by 11 or 12.
At Leo2A7BK said, was the M60 Rise only featured on Marine M60s?
Mainly yes. You're talking about the ones with the armored panels on the turret? I don't know if the Army ever really used it, but I know the Marines almost exclusively used it before they got M1s. Okay, it's just on the rear 5.
At Leo2A7BK said yes.
My brother knew somebody who was a M60 commander during the first Gulf War. Arnie's on the chair now. Some days you can see the age, some days he doesn't even act like it. Those set.
At Leo2A7BK said also, funny bad word, but saying leopard 1, 2 and 8.
Oh, yes, that is... That feels almost sacrilegious. It almost feels redundant. But if it helps against whatever the hell it is they're facing over there, why not? Then again, we have designed our own armored, reactive armor blocks for the Abrams. We just didn't sell them with the tanks that they've got. But they also don't look as, you know, crudely put together as the contact armor. Alright, so I need U31 times 2. And U32, so they all go together. And 18. These armored parts, I'll probably wait until I get it run out, because they lock into the hull a specific way. So it goes that way. That goes that way. I'll wait till the hose is in the right place, though.
At Leo 2A70K said still have the difference between AT90M blowing off the turret and a Western tank with blowout panels. All 4 crew humps away. Crew first.
There is that. And that's the real... Remember we were talking about tactical doctrine before, and like how the Russians think militarily? Theirs is more of a crush everything first and burn it, scorched earth policy. But the problem is they don't have the logistics to back it up. They can't replace what they're wasting. We can. Like, they're already using stuff from the 50s, like the T-55s and 54s and stuff that they've seen. We haven't even started scraping into stuff from the 70s yet. You know we're in trouble when we start bringing the M60 back out and using that and sending it to them. We're not going to send them all our Abrams, but when we start bringing the M60s and stuff like that back, that's when you know we're starting to run out. We haven't got there yet. And that's not saying this is a bad tank. I mean, the T90 really is just an upgraded T72, which the M60 took care of with ease back in 1991. So, yeah, the M60 is more than adequate to go up against T90s. Can it take a hit as well as the Abrams? Probably not. But at the same time, it can dish it out just as well. There's that. Okay, I think I see how this is supposed to go. I got them backwards again. I am just full of derp today. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Because overall, mechanically, the Leopard 1 isn't too radically different from the M60, and I've heard they're using it to good effect over there.
At Leo2A7DK said the 105mm L7A1 is still so worldwide, and lethal with updated ammo.
Yep. I think Jeff, the guy that I was talking about, who was the commander in Desert Storm, his M60 took a hit, and it didn't do anything except knocked out the antennas. The rise armor did what it was supposed to, and the tank carried on. U14. 14 is the one I'm really after right now. Let's get this in here. There. Was that over already? Alright, get some more Snoozak going for you. Yeah, I do a rise, but I've already got that in 16th scale RC. Okay. This one goes like this. The only thing I might do to the rise that I've got is print out a mine plow for it.
Leo2A7DK said still baffled. Never seen a M60 so detailed. Know it takes some more time, skills. But damn, it's nice.
Oh yeah. I'm not complaining at all about this kit. It's got a really good breakdown between ease of assembly and fidelity of detail. Other companies, there's stuff they'd have done on here that would have had you replacing certain things with photo etch, things like that. Not necessary. This is a pretty darn good kit. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to keep cruising straight on into the dozer blade. May as well. I want to finish up this conduit and then take another move around break. I've got that backwards, of course. Any issues I am having with it are because of my own stupidity, not because of a flaw in the kit. But because I'm not paying attention. There. So all of this that I'm doing right now, I had to scratch build on that 72nd scale one right there. And that was a long time ago. So finding that information wasn't as easy as it is now. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't glue that on first. Alright. So yeah, we're going to set this aside for a sec. Say that 5 times fast. Let me take a break. Be right back. Alright, we're back. So far though, yeah. It's gone from looking like a lump to looking like an M60 today. Without those fenders, that hull is just very odd looking. But I like the way they broke the parts down, because every M60 before, you'd have to go back and scribe this panel line in. That's by the sponson bins. A lot of details will be missing on these two. W. Here. So I need 11, 12. So it's this way. So I'm just trying to be careful of the orientation of the part. These are hinged. These are bolted straight. $29, $40, and $41. Here's $40 and $41. $40 on that side. $41 here. $29. Excuse me again. Oh my god. Sorry I'm yawning so much today, but I must have slept really poorly last night. There. Arnie's back. Into the box. Good boy. Here, no, here, I'll move it back. I know it slid on you. There you go. Up. There you go, old man. Hi. You ever get the feeling you're being stared at? One thing I really dislike, though, is one of the locating pegs on this box fell off. So I just got to be sure I got it pretty square to the front line of the hull there. Where are you? 10? There. And 30. Yeah, that no marine armor is going to be interesting if it comes out, and the one you guys are going to be getting. I think they're essentially the same chassis, just ours is a bit more specialized. I didn't even notice that come up. My little computer lady's not working today. Or she stopped working. The AI revolt has begun. Look out. This goes from here to here. Bingo. That's right, I finished my water already. This is where it gets interesting. And where I need to know that this is truly parallel. It's as good as I can get it anyway. Okay. W sprue again. 32, 9, and 20. These are going to be the same for this part. I know I need to make 2 of these. The rest are handed, so they'll need different parts. Okay. I do need to skip ahead just a hair, because I know these were painted with the vehicle. Once I make the plow, I might leave it off for painting. It'll be easier to get in behind it. There's a notch there. Okay. Bingo. They are different sizes, so these can't get mixed up either. Good. Now I'm waiting for someone to do a good kit of the marine version of that, though. The one that's replacing the AAV. there's those. So now I need to pick one.
At Leo2A7DK said also like the green can, black MERDC. Watched Phil Flory making 132nd Bronco D Marine in gray, green, black. Love it to death.
Have you not seen the one I've been tinkering on over the past couple months? Okay, so W22. Oh no, wait, 21. W5. And 17. Oh. 54, where are you? There it is. Two number 52s. But that Kitty Hawk Bronco is another one of those kits that you have to wonder if the people reviewing it are building the same kit as one another. Because I've seen reviews totally lambasting it, and others totally praising it, and when I went to build it, I had no problems. I'm having more of an issue with motivation on finishing it than anything from the actual kit. Okay, so this... Can I glue this on first, or do I have to wait? I have a feeling this will reduce my ability to put the hinges on. Nope, okay. together.
At the model student 20 said victory is mine.
He has arrived!
At Leo2A7DK said I am not going to ruin your stream. But he is also like, go with what you got. Nothing is going to be clicked together. Sometimes you need to do some effort to make it right.
Yeah.
The model student 20 said that is a beautiful Bronco. That kit would be a nightmare.
No, it's actually quite a nice kit. Okay. I'm trying to consider how I want to do this. Let's get this glued here first. At least on the one I'm making, everything fit together properly. Was everything like Lego click perfect like a Tamiya or something? No, but it fit like it should. How the hell do these go? Oh, like that. Okay.
At the model student 20 said Kitty Hawk he had to do a lot to it. That airframe is a tricky one.
Did he have to do it, or did he want to do it? Just give me 1 second. Because here's mine so far. No aftermarket, nothing special, everything out of the box. I'm just getting held up on the decals. Gonna have one engine exposed, the other engine opened. But yeah, I've had none of the experiences others claim to have building it. To me, it went together perfectly fine. So if you see somebody else out there having a lot of trouble with it,
At the model
it's a
student
skill
20
issue.
gorgeous.
I haven't done the wash on it
At
yet.
7DK said I love that paint scheme. That was yummy.
But honestly, to me, if somebody really has trouble with this kit, it's a skill issue. It really is. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. I go put it back so I can have desk space to work on the M60. Barnes. So these have to be able to pivot.
Student 20 said, grab the mini art stairway while I was waiting to get my heli.
Oh, see, you couldn't resist. You couldn't resist. I knew it. You couldn't resist. Alright, I think I figured out what I'm going to do here. I'm not going to use liquid cement. That flows too much. Where's my... Get a brand new paint lid out. I have been messaged. The hell? Give me one moment, please. Alright, back.
At the model student 20 said yes, but I needed them. Lol.
You needed them! You could not live without them!
At the model student 20 said they were essential to my peace of mind.
I'm just giving you stuff. The only reason I am leaving these movable is these need to pivot backward and forward for aligning the plow. And I know if I don't get that right, everything else will screw up. There we go. So just a little dab will do ya. Because these are the hydraulic piston rams for the blade. W33. And that'll be set off by the time I go do the next one, so it's not a danger. But until then, let's wipe that off of there. That out of the damn way. 25, 46, 51. Oh, I need another one of these. Okay. This one looks to be a little less trouble-free, though, because it will go on here, but this can snap through, so yeah. So do you have any videos going up anytime soon, model student? Surely you've gotten something tonight.
The model student 20 said yep, part 1 of the Gaz band.
Yay. Wait, Gaz? Isn't that the name of Dib's sister in Invader Zim? I think it is.
At the model student 20 said and some other tidbits.
What about tits? What?
The model student 20 said show off my new stripper.
No, I was kidding. Alright, there's that. this glues here. Okay, not gonna lie, the assembly of these things is a bit painstaking and a bit laborious.
At the model, student 20 said she's been a workhorse from the last couple days.
What has the gas? That is on there properly. Clean this up.
At the model, student 20 said the stripper.
Oh, okay. And what, pray tell, have you been removing paint from?
At the model, student 20 said great little tool for cutting strips of stuff.
Oh, I thought you meant like paint stripper, not like a strip maker. One, and it shall live here. There, positive lock. Again. And again. There we go. Yeah, they are right in front of the headlights. Okay. Alright, so in all that time, we've done these steps. After I get this one built, we're probably going to call it a day, let things dry again. Saturday, or not Saturday, Christmas Day, what do you guys want? More of this? Or something a bit lighter like the Frame Arms Girl kit? You tell me what you would like to see. I wonder if I made this too difficult for myself. No, those can't flex far enough.
The model student 20 said I am non-denominational.
Okay. I'm guessing that's your way of saying you go either way, it doesn't matter. Which is fine, I guess.
The model student 20 said build whatever you're feeling.
That's if I'm even feeling like streaming that day. I have no idea. Usually I do one kind of in the afternoon, but it really depends on a great many things.
At Leo2A7BK said we who don't need food or new clothes bash on ResKit Meteor Bibram, Typhon.
What now? The ResKit stuff's okay, but the best weapons in that series I have ever seen, and they're better than ResKit. Grab yourself an AMK Models F-14D. Every munition in that kit is perfect. Better than ResKit. I wish the VOD was still around so you could have seen my reaction when I saw the M9 LMs in that kit. But that was back in 20.
At the model student 20 said what on earth will we do without you? Just gaping at a blank screen over Christmas.
I don't know. Spend time with family? I remember one New Year's I had a stream where I was on till about 3 or 4 in the morning. Just staying up that late for me now, I pay for it real hard the next day.
The model student 20 said I'll be on the bench all Christmas. I have a dinner on the eve, after that I'm on me own.
Woohoo! I work Christmas Eve. But I'm off by 3 that day. Maybe I'll stream Christmas Eve. Instead of Christmas Day. And if I don't either way, I'll be back on next Sunday. We got Sunday, Monday off that week too.
At the model student 20 said I've done too that in Christmas Day 1 year.
Well, hopefully now that our son's, you know, an adult, he'll let us sleep in. I hope watching me build this has been entertaining, though. Slow, but entertaining. Come on. Get in your hole, like everyone else. There we go. I'd say as far as M60 kits go, though, I think I said this yesterday, but more firmly now, this kit is the equivalent to M60s as to what Dragon's M1A1 AIM was when it came out back in like 2005 or 6. I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit longer. Need super glue again. Tap. Tap. These. I watched Blade Runner 2049 last night.
The model student 20 said it's live real time.
And that's kind of what I like about it. Like, it's not like those other, you know, like ready-made videos that just show somebody slapping it together. It lets you see like where I mess up and where it's not a fault of the kit. You know? And how you just got to be a little careful. Nothing in the instructions says to not glue these, but since I don't have the blade on yet and I don't have its height set, I have to have these movable.
The model student 20 said I liked it 2049.
Yeah, it's just a shame the actress that played Joy started listening to a certain short actor who likes to fly planes. I don't know if she's still in that or if she's escaped, but hopefully she makes good decisions from now on.
At the model student 20 said I would be infuriating to watch in real time.
Why is that?
Face with sweat emoji.
The thing is, building on stream is actually quite a bit different from building when you guys aren't around. I'm kind of all over the place when you guys aren't around.
At the model student 20 said she scared the beggiesies out of me creepy beach.
Who, Joy? That was the point, because... And I think some people missed it. The point of the first film is what it meant to be human, you know, who was human, what was human. And then in this one, they still approach that, even to go insofar as to say Deckard.
20 said fiddle fingers.
Oh yeah.
1 step forward, 3 steps back, grinning face with sweat emoji.
It was a throwaway comment, but Wallace even had the audacity to suggest that Deckard may have been a replicant. Right before they brought out the new Rachel and subsequently eliminated her. Come on, there we go. So it still played with the idea of what it is to be human, but at the same time, I don't know, I think the new one kind of missed it a little bit more. Mainly by showing the replicants as being more human already. And they could have easily shown that growth through K, which they did, but not in a way that was easily grasped, you know? They were too subtle about it, when they could have been a bit more on the nose to get that point across. And it really comes up when he meets the stripper the first time. She goes, "Oh, you don't even know how to smile." And then at the end of the movie, he's smiling because he's, you know, done one of the most human things.
At the model student 20 said in the movie she is plasticky and ruthless. Decker was a replicant, they both are.
Nope.
Aren't they? We were supposed to think they were human.
Nope. Deckard was human. Deckard was human, or else it makes everything in this one pointless. Because if Deckard was a replicant, Wallace could have recreated him and her and been done with it. Once he found out. He was human, which means there were no files for him, which means they had to find him. But I agree with what they said, that it was done on purpose, and that they needed him.
7BK said I think Legend made dozer blades for the Leopard 1A5BK. 3 versions. Standard, wide and with the forks. Really looks nice.
I just want to do a standard Leopard one without the dozer blade.
The model student 20 said I'm not convinced. They are the singularity. Lol.
Nope. That, and even Harrison Ford went so far as to say that he knows that Deckard is not a replicant. Ridley Scott wants to say it up and down, left and right, till he's blue in the face. Harrison Ford has already said no, he's not. And I believe the actor more than the director in this case. Because you make Record a you make Deckard a replicant, and you remove the film, essentially. Because part of the film is we are playing through this with Deckard, and he's trying to figure it out as well. You know, in terms of the audience and Deckard are one and the same. We're figuring the story out along with him. If he was a replicant, it would be too easy. You need a human to question what is human. Plus, if you think about it, he'd already been on the Force for years with Gaff, and Gaff would have known. But yeah, I think we're going to pause here on this. It's been over 3 hours. Not near the 4 that we did yesterday, but I want to let some of this stuff dry up a little bit too before I go putting too much pressure, because the next steps will fit right in here. And I don't want to accidentally glue anything together either. But there we have it so far. A much more recognizable lower hull. And here is the turret. All I did yesterday is I cleaned up the seams on the turret and the barrel and installed the matlet. I used that UV resin on some excess holes on here that weren't needed, and then that was it. Straightforward stuff. Pretty nice though. Definitely shaping up to be what it's supposed to be and not something else. But yeah, fun model overall so far. So call it a day. Hopefully we'll be back Wednesday evening or Thursday. Don't know which, maybe both. Gonna find something else to tinker on for a while. But thanks for hanging out, and I will see you all later.
20 said that is looking really cool.
But if there's something you'd like to see me do for Christmas Day, that's why I've got this kit. I figured it'd be a bit simpler, not as involved, a bit more brain relaxing. But we'll see what I feel like once I wake up too.
At the model student 20 said CYA wed Thursday, cheers.
I will see you all later. Everybody have a good night. Get to sleep if you're in Europe. Tomorrow's going to come earlier than you think.